Today is not like any other day. Listen carefully, for I am speaking to you not out of mere emotion or by chance. I speak to you from a place beyond time, from the deepest part of my being, because I have seen your struggles. I have heard the quiet sighs that you thought no one would understand. Even in moments when you felt utterly alone, know that I was with you. Though you may not have seen me, I was always there, silent, yet present. Every tear you've shed I have gathered. Every thought you kept hidden, I knew it even before you could say it. In this moment, as you breathe, something divine is working in your favor. The spiritual world is moving, even though you cannot see it, and it is already making its way into your life. The angels have heard your prayers. The heavens have aligned with the earth to bring forth the blessings that are rightfully yours. The long wait is over. The miracle you have longed for through fasting, prayers, and moments of loneliness and misunderstanding is no longer coming. It is already here, standing before you. It is a gift I bring to you in response to your persistence, your unwavering faith, and your strength even when you thought you had none left. Don't let distractions or doubts pull you away now. This is not the time to be swayed by past failures or negative voices. This moment requires your full focus, for the word you are hearing is not an ordinary one. It is a word of love, faith, and a promise that I will fulfill. What I have begun in your life, I will bring to completion. I never leave my work unfinished, and I will not leave you. You have lived through countless struggles, through prayers and waiting, through efforts that seemed to go unnoticed. You have given when you had nothing left to give, cared for others when you needed care, and held everything together in times of hardship. You have faced illness, betrayal, and disappointment without allowing bitterness to take root in your heart. Even in your sleepless nights, your lips have continued to call upon my name. And even in your moments of questioning and weariness, you have never stopped believing. My child, that was enough. I didn't ask for perfection. I asked for faith, and I found it in you. Today, I want to tell you that I have not forgotten you. I did not leave you behind, and I did not ignore your cries. There were times you felt like the heavens were silent, but that silence was simply the calm before the miracle. The time has now come, and this is the moment. This is the day you didn't expect, but it was planned long before you were born. This is the moment when the harvest you sowed in tears will bloom into joy. The miracle hasn't been lost. It was simply being perfected so that it would come to you complete, not half-finished. Today, I speak to you not from a distance, but as your Father who loves you with an eternal love. I bring this word to confirm what has already begun. Don't dismiss this voice as just another feeling. Stay here, listen closely, because this word is like a flame. If you take it with faith, it will light up what was about to fade within you. Today, I have a miracle for you. It's wrapped in my faithfulness, marked by my hand, and sealed with my love. Open it and receive it with faith, for it belongs to you. It is the fulfillment of what you sowed in obedience, even when no one else saw. Listen closely, because I'm not done speaking to you. What I'm placing in your spirit today is not something small or temporary. It is eternal, holy, and powerfully real. I didn't bring you here to watch what I am doing in others from a distance. No, I brought you here so you can experience it for yourself and see with your own eyes the fulfillment of what I've promised. I am not working because of your achievements, nor am I giving you this miracle because you shouted louder than others. No, it's because your faith, even in times of exhaustion, never left me. Do you remember the centurion? He didn't need me to enter his house. He just believed that one word from me was enough. That same faith is alive in you. That's why today you receive your miracle simply by believing. It is your faith that has opened the doors of the impossible, and now the impossible has become possible. You often wonder how you ended up here, don't you? The truth is, there were days when giving up seemed like the only option. You felt overwhelmed, as if everything was too much to handle. There were mornings when just opening your eyes felt like a battle. Between taking care of your home, pushing through your studies or medical exams, being a support for your loved ones, and keeping a smile on your face when inside you felt like you were about to collapse. In all that, you forgot to take care of your soul. But I didn't forget about you. I was there in the quiet mornings when no one else saw or heard you. I was there in those moments when my presence was the only thing holding you up, when your own strength had worn out. That's why you didn't fall. Even when you were exhausted, you kept going. It was because my hand was with you. My grace worked through your weakness. And today, I'm here to remind you with eternal love that the miracle you've been waiting for doesn't depend on who you are or what you can do. It depends on who I am. And I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I do not change. I do not fail. I do not lie. What I said, I will fulfill. What I promised, I will bring to you. What I sealed with my word, I will make come to pass. Even those things you silently asked for, when you did have the strength to speak, I heard them from my throne of glory. And what you thought was small, insignificant, or unworthy, I have taken and turned into something great. That's the way my kingdom works. That's how my love works. I take what is despised, what is broken, what is weak, and make it new, strong, and glorious. So listen closely. What you thought would come later, I am bringing to you now. Don't wait for another time. Don't place your faith in a future moment. It's happening now. Today is not just any day. It is the beginning of a new phase for you. A phase where everything will change. You will see doors open where there were once walls. You will see paths where there was no way. You will no longer weep in silence, but laugh freely. And this won't be because your circumstances have changed overnight, but because my power will have changed your soul. You will feel lightness where once there was heaviness. Illness that once seemed unbeatable will no longer have control, because I, Jehovah your healer, have spoken. And the family confusion that kept you awake at night will dissolve, replaced by the peace that only I can give. Listen closely and with reverence. Everything the enemy has raised to shake your faith, I will tear down with my authority. I did not come to negotiate with evil. I came to bring heaven's reign over your home. I am not here to give you a quick fix or a temporary solution. I am here to establish my kingdom, my rule, my presence in your life. What is being released in your life today is not just an emotion. It is a divine work that will not end. What I have started, I will finish. What I have planted will grow and bear fruit. What I have spoken will come to pass. This is the message from the Lord. I have been working in your life, even when you didn't feel it. Every day that seemed like the one before, every night when you were overwhelmed and saw no progress, every prayer you offered without an immediate answer, all of it was part of a deep process, a plan that wasn't forgotten or left to chance. Even when it felt like nothing was happening, I was preparing what you are now beginning to see. I was not indifferent to your tears. I did not ignore your innermost thoughts. I saw the inner battles that no one else noticed. The times when you wanted to give up but chose to take one more step, I saw that. Those moments when breathing was hard, and your body ached from carrying the weight of your burdens, were the signs of a faith that, though silent, remained strong. Even when you didn't fully understand what was happening, your heart kept trusting. The trust, even without clear answers, was a sweet fragrance that came before me. It wasn't your own strength that carried you through, but my faithfulness. It wasn't your persistence that opened doors. It was my eternal promise to you. When doubts surrounded you, when doctors' reports tried to steal your peace, when you had little and felt lost, I was there, guiding your steps and protecting you from dangers you didn't even see. I didn't choose you for convenience. I love you before you knew my name. Before your life began, it was already written in my book. What's happening now is not a temporary favor. It is the fulfillment of promises made long ago. The battles you faced were not punishments, they were lessons. Every loss, every struggle, every delay served a purpose. I was shaping something in you that time can't destroy, a faith that stands firm, a hope that cannot be shaken, a perspective that looks beyond the temporary to see the eternal. It doesn't matter what the reports say or the decisions made by others. I am showing you that the supernatural doesn't depend on what you can see. What seemed lost was never gone. It was kept safe until the right moment, and that moment is now. There are things that were held back, and today, they are being released. Keys that were created in secret now open doors that once remained shut. The words you spoke in faith didn't disappear into the air. They reached the throne of grace, sparking a movement that is shifting everything around you. I am pulling you out of the endless cycle, out of repetitive efforts, out of unfruitful starts. It is no longer the time to go back to what was. I am positioning you for something new. Not just an improved version of the past, but a complete transformation that leaves behind everything you once knew. What seemed to have no purpose is now beginning to fall into place. And everything the enemy tried to use to make you fall, I am now turning into the foundation of your promotion. What made you cry will soon become a testimony. The wounds that felt like barriers will now become signs of the miracle I am bringing to life in you. I will break everything that was designed to stop you. The mental chains, the inherited fears, the agreements you made with defeat, the guilt that held you back, the cycles of self-doubt. None of these have any power in the face of my word. I am building in you a new mindset. One that doesn't fear what it doesn't understand. One that doesn't shrink in the face of difficulty. And one that knows my presence changes everything. I am not bringing you back to where you were lost. I am placing you in the position I prepared for you, even if it seemed out of reach. I restore, but I also accelerate. I lift you up, but I also make you strong. There is no going backward when I am working. No shadow can block my light. No argument can undo what I have declared. Everything that seemed irreversible is now being turned around by my power. I am bringing unity where there was division, clarity where there was confusion, and purpose where there was only routine. Nothing has been wasted. No effort has been overlooked. Every step you took in obedience, even when it felt like nothing was happening, was planted in good soil. And now the harvest begins, greater than you could ever expect, beyond what you ever imagined. Everything that has been set in motion during this time is not the result of your own efforts, but the result of a grace that never runs out. Faithfulness is not built during easy times, but in those moments when everything seemed unclear. That is why I have watched every choice you made when all you had was uncertainty beside you, even if you didn't realize it. Every step you took in obedience was the start of a divine plan that is now unfolding in your life with perfect timing. While others seemed to move ahead and you felt stuck, I was working within you on something that cannot be rushed or forced by pressure. I was developing a new discernment, maturity, and the ability to hear my voice. What I am doing in your life is not just a shift in circumstances. It is a complete change in the foundation of who you are. I don't just want you to experience a better season, I want you to live from a new foundation. Some foundations could no longer hold what was about to come, and that's why I allowed many things to be shaken. What you thought was loss was actually cleansing. What felt like a break was actually a loving correction, meant not to destroy you, but to build you up from what is eternal. For a long time, you lived between the need for answers and the responsibility of keeping up with daily life. You felt a constant pull between what was inside of you and what you had to show to others. You learned how to move forward with a tired heart, to serve even when your spirit felt drained, and to smile even when your mind was full of doubts. But none of this went unnoticed. The effort you put in silently will soon be seen and rewarded. Don't look for approval from others, because what I am about to do, I will do in front of both those who believed and those who doubted. It won't be to shame anyone, but to show that when I choose to act, no one can stop me. There is a restoration happening in your life, but it's not just about getting back what you lost. It's about multiplying what once seemed stagnant. Where you saw lack, you will see provision. Where there were painful words, honor will come, not because you sought it, but because it will find you. Every act of obedience, every quiet step of integrity you took, is now turning into doors that open without effort from you. It's not about you chasing opportunities, because soon, those opportunities will begin to chase you. Not because you deserve them more than others, but because you allowed brokenness to make you more sensitive, not harder. That is what has made all the difference. I am replacing your burdens with lightness, not just taking away the weight, but giving you new strength to walk without it dragging you down. I am bringing clarity, not just to help you understand the past, but to help you see what's ahead. I don't only want to heal your wounds, I want to turn your scars into signs of my faithfulness. I am silencing the voices of doubt and replacing them with thoughts grounded in my truth. Because when your mind is renewed, everything around you will begin to align with what I established from the very beginning. The season you're stepping into won't be defined by what happens around you, but by a deep internal reality that no one can take away. You will no longer live with the rush to simply survive, but with the assurance that you are being supported. You are not entering a time where everything will be easy, but into a time where my presence will be enough. There will be battles, yes, but you will not face them alone. Challenges will come, but they will be met with new strength. Confusion may try to creep in, but my word will be stronger. Everything I'm doing now has one purpose: to ensure nothing and no one takes my rightful place in your life. You are not moving into the unknown. You are walking into what has always been planned for you. Even though many won't understand it, the time you thought was just waiting was actually a time of preparation. Nothing that is coming to you now is random. It's not a quick fix or a temporary solution. It is the unfolding of an eternal plan. What seemed like a delay was actually perfection. What you thought was silence was preservation. What you felt was neglect was actually protection. Many rushed ahead and stumbled. You learned to walk slowly, but with strength and purpose. It wasn't a waste. It wasn't about being first, but about arriving transformed. And now, a new chapter is opening for you, where nothing will be the same. You won't look the same, things won't feel the same, and you won't respond the same way, because you have been changed from within. What is rising up in you now is not just emotion, but authority. It's not a temporary excitement, but a strength that comes from deep within. I've been working on what no one else can see, on your intentions, your quiet choices, and the moments when no one knew what you were going through. That's what I saw. Not the applause you received, nor the times when you were understood, but the times you stayed strong when others misunderstood you. Now, the character that has been hidden inside you will become a public testimony. This will not be for selfish praise, but to show the power of what happens when someone truly surrenders to my will. Your spirit will grow more sensitive to my presence. You will be amazed at how clearly you will hear my voice in the midst of all the noise around you. No longer will you need external signs to prove what I am doing in your life. You will begin to walk with firm conviction, not by reacting to circumstances. Your choices will no longer be shaped by fear of failure, but by the trust you place in me, the one who guides you. You are being repositioned, not because of your own achievements, but because of my divine purpose for your life. What is beginning to grow inside you now was not planted by human hands. It was sown by my word, nourished by your tears of faith, and is now sprouting into fruit that others will be able to partake in. I will give you the ability to see from a higher perspective. You will no longer see problems as mountains because you will stand firmly on the rock. You will not feel small when facing big challenges, because you will know you are never alone. This confidence will not come because there are no difficulties, but because you will know that I have already overcome everything that has come against you. Even things you don't yet understand will become clear at the right moment, because you are not being pushed by the wind, but by a clear direction. Those who once pointed at you for what you lacked will now witness the blessings you've received. But you will not respond with pride, rather with humility, because you know nothing has come by your own strength. Every blessing will serve as a reminder of my faithfulness. Every answer will be a sign of my mercy. I am releasing resources upon you that you did not expect, key people who will open doors for you, ideas that will transform your environment, and peace that will guard your heart. This season will not be marked by uncertainty, but by stability. You will no longer have to force things that once seemed impossible. You will not need to manipulate situations or seek approval from those who once overlooked your worth. Things will align naturally, without human effort, because the grace I have placed upon you will bring what is needed at the perfect time. It will not be because you earned it, but because I have decided to bless you. It is part of my plan, not your own strategy. It's not about you getting everything right, but about you allowing me to work through you, even when you didn't know what to do. I am bringing restoration that goes beyond anything you thought was necessary. I am not just taking care of the visible things, but I am also reaching into the depths, into the places you've hidden beneath layers of daily life. The wounds that seemed forgotten, yet still influenced how you reacted, are being healed with a lasting balm. I don't just want to bless you on the outside, I want to heal you on the inside. I didn't come just to change your environment. I came to completely transform you. The work I've begun in your soul will soon be visible on the outside, but it must first take root where no one can see, deep within you. For a long time, you learned how to function despite feeling drained. You gave your best, even when you felt empty inside. You became skilled at supporting others, even when you lacked the support you needed. Its strength you showed has not been forgotten, but now it's time for you to receive what you didn't even realize you needed. I am restoring the balance you lost, the sensitivity you pushed aside, and the fullness you gave freely without receiving in return. This is not for you to look back with pain, but to move forward with freedom. What I am doing now is not about appearances, outward success, or human recognition. It's about your true identity. I am reaffirming who you are, not based on what you've accomplished, but on who you are to me. Do not measure your worth by the times you stumbled or by the doors that didn't open. Don't compare yourself to others or judge your progress by worldly standards. My plan for you has never been delayed. Everything has happened at the right time, and what's coming will be far greater than you ever expected. I am placing a firm foundation beneath your feet. You will no longer live with the insecurity of someone who fears losing what little they have, but with the confidence of someone who knows they are an heir to the eternal. The times of scarcity taught you to appreciate what truly matters, but you are not meant to live in limitation. The smallness you experienced was just part of the process, not your final destination. I am bringing growth in the way you think, in your emotions, and in the way you see your future. What once intimidated you will now become the ground you walk on with confidence. You will begin to see clearly, without the distortion of pain. You will no longer make decisions based on fear or past hurt because the clarity I bring is complete. It will change the way you interact with others, the choices you make, and the plans you set in motion. What once seemed uncertain will begin to naturally fall into place. What once seemed unclear will now have purpose, because you are not just stepping into a new chapter, you are entering a whole new dimension, a space where you no longer have to fight to control everything, but can rest in what I have already established through my word. The days ahead won't be marked by constant movement, but by productivity with meaning. You will no longer run in circles or waste your energy on things that don't matter. You will learn to see where your focus should be, who you should open your heart to, and how to nurture what I have entrusted to you. This new season will not come with meaningless demands, but with specific tasks, not to wear you down, but to multiply your impact. It won't repeat the past, but will build what has never been seen before. And while this message may end in what you've read, my work in your life is far from over. What is happening now is just the beginning of a time that won't be shaped by your own abilities, but by what you will allow me to do in and through you. Walk forward with confidence, remain humble, and live in the eternal, because what I have set in motion will not stop. I have placed a new sensitivity in your spirit, so you no longer move at the pace of the world around you or give into the pressure of your circumstances. You are called to move according to revelation, not just repeating what you've done before. The decisions you will make in the days to come won't be driven by logic or haste, but by wisdom that comes from above. You won't have to explain yourself because what comes from me brings peace, even if others don't understand it. Peace will be the sign that I am guiding your steps. This peace won't be fragile, based on the situation, but will be strong and steady, able to withstand the noise, rejection, and doubts. I am bringing reconciliations you never asked for, but that you need. Relationships that were once defined by pain will start to heal, without you having to force it. Words that were never spoken at the right time will now be shared with honesty and humility. At the same time, there will be separations that are necessary not as loss, but as part of the order I am bringing to your life. What you once tolerated because of fear will no longer have a place in this new season. I am teaching you to choose what is healthy, what builds, and what contributes to the vision I have placed in you. Not everything that was part of your past will be part of your future, and that's all right. Today is not just another day. Pay close attention, because I'm not speaking to you from emotion or by chance. I speak to you from eternity, from the very depths of my heart, because I have seen you. I have heard your sighs when you thought no one could understand. I have walked with you every step, even in those times when you felt alone. But you were never alone. I was there, quietly but never absent. Every tear that you shed has been collected. Every unspoken thought, I knew it before you even began to think it. In this very moment, as you breathe, something from heaven is working in your favor. There is a movement in the spiritual realm that you cannot see, but it has already begun to unfold. The angels have been dispatched. My word is in motion, and the heavens have aligned with the earth for your good. The waiting that seemed endless is over. The miracle you cried out for, through your fasting, prayers, and sleepless nights, sometimes alone and misunderstood, is no longer on its way. It has arrived, and it is right here before you. I have brought this miracle in response to your perseverance and the faith you held on to, even when it felt weak. Don't look back now. Don't let yourself be distracted by doubts or memories of past failures. Now is the time to focus like never before. The word you are hearing today is not just any word. It is a word sealed with my love, my faithfulness, and my eternal promise to you. What I started in you, I will complete. I never leave a task unfinished, and I will not leave yours unfinished. You've grown used to living in between prayers and waiting, in between efforts and silence. You have given when you felt empty. You have cared for others even when you needed care yourself. You've upheld your responsibilities, faced difficult diagnoses, and endured betrayals and disappointments without letting your heart turn bitter. Even in the sleepless nights, your lips called out my name. And though you did it with weariness or with doubts in your heart, you never stopped believing. That, my child, was enough. I didn't ask for perfection. I asked for faith, and I found it in you. Today, I tell you that I have not forgotten you. I didn't leave you behind, and I have never turned away from your cries.